Welcome to Unmute Your Midlife, the podcast that takes you from foggy and forgotten to focused and fired up. I'm Joyce, your nurse turned midlife resurrection strategist and the cheerleader in your pocket. If you've ever whispered, "What is happening to my body?" you're in the right place. That one glass of wine now feels like 4. And there's a reason your body is saying, nope. I thought since New Year's Eve is coming up this week, this would be the perfect time to talk about what happens when you reach midlife when it comes to alcohol. Whether you sip for stress, connection, or just a little taste of fun, alcohol just hits differently in midlife. And your hormones, your sleep, and your mood are here to prove it. So today we're asking, wine, why you gotta be like that? We're unpacking what really happens when estrogen, cortisol, and booze throw a party in your bloodstream, and how to enjoy your drinks without waking up feeling like you've been hit by a truck. So let's just start with the unpopular truth. Midlife bodies do not process alcohol the way they used to. Here's why. Your estrogen is dropping, sometimes spiking randomly too, which throws your liver and your detox systems into chaos. Then your liver slows down, meaning that the alcohol stays in your system longer. Plus, you have less water in your body, so the alcohol is more concentrated in your tissues. And cortisol? Well, cortisol likes to take center stage. So when you add wine into that hormonal cocktail, suddenly what used to feel like relaxation now feels like rage, bloat, and a lack of sleep. Plus, we've got the ultimate betrayal. If you drink to unwind, but then you wake up at 2 a.m. wide awake and sweaty, that's not just bad luck, that's biology. Alcohol messes with your REM sleep, that deep, dreamy stuff you need to feel rested. It messes with your sleep cycles. You wake up more, you toss and turn more, you don't heal overnight. It messes with your body temperature. Hello, night sweats. And if you're already dealing with hot flashes, anxiety, or insomnia, adding alcohol into the mix is like throwing gasoline on a fire and wondering why your brain feels fried the next morning. So in midlife, wine nights can make you feeling puffy, tired, anxious, having really low energy, and then wondering, am I crazy? But trust me, you're not. The alcohol spikes your blood sugar, which then crashes. So that messes with your mood-regulating neurotransmitters. So you might feel weepy or irritable or maybe a little extra anxious the day after drinking, even if you just had one glass. And don't get me started on the bloat. Alcohol inflames your gut. It makes your body hold water. It interferes with your estrogen detox, which means you get the dreaded hormone belly. You get sore boobs, and you get that, why do my pants not fit today vibe. Now, I'm not saying you have to quit alcohol, but you do have to know the rules. This is not a you should never drink episode. You are a grown woman. You don't need permission and you don't need guilt trips. But here's how to drink smarter in midlife. Hydrate like it's your job. 1 glass of wine equals 2 glasses of water. Add some electrolytes before you go to bed, whether it's Gatorade, a sports nutrition drink, something to replace the electrolytes that you've lost from drinking alcohol. And you're not just drinking for fun, you're managing your recovery. Eat before or while drinking. Protein and fat will slow the absorption of alcohol. Avoid sugar bombs. Like the wine spritzers and the margarita mix, those fancy overpriced drinks that they have at the restaurants and the clubs and the bars. Skip those. Just stick with the straight wine or straight cocktail. Go for clean alcohol. They do have organic wine or clear spirits like vodka and tequila that tend to be a little bit easier for your body to process. You want to skip the additives and the excess sulfites that are going to wreck your gut and your mood and give you a horrible headache tomorrow. If you can, stick to just one drink. That really, truly is the biggest difference maker. Now, depending on what kind of event you're going to, some events don't even get started until 9 p.m. But if you could stop your drinking by 7 or 8 p.m., that gives your liver a little bit of time to detox before you actually turn in for the night. And it gives your brain some cleanup crew time. Remember last week we talked about the glymphatic system? Now you might be asking, oh, great, does this mean I have to quit drinking forever? The short answer is no. But the long answer is you're probably going to have to redefine your relationship with alcohol. Ask yourself, Does this still feel good after I drink it? Am I using this to avoid something else like stress or boredom or my emotions? And lastly, ask yourself, could I swap it with something that helps me sleep, connect, or cope even better? Some women cut back, some quit entirely, some only drink on special occasions. Whatever you decide it on purpose. Don't just default to what used to work when your body has clearly changed the rules on you. Remember, midlife is not a punishment, it's permission. Your body isn't betraying you, she's just sending you new signals. One of those signals might be, hey, that second class, it is not worth the brain fog. So listen in, adjust to the signals. And remember, you're not broken. You are just becoming someone who takes her energy, her mood, and her mornings seriously. If you need help cutting back on your alcohol intake or making healthier choices overall, we have a new 30-day healthy living group starting on January 5th. We talk honestly about hormones, habits, and how to feel like yourself again. You get daily support, you get recipes, lots of tips and ideas. It's one simple plan, one kit, one group, all the support you need to start your new year off with healthy goals and a stronger you in mind. I'll leave a link in the show notes in case you want to get more information about that. And when you go out to celebrate on New Year's Eve this week, remember all those tips to help your body process the alcohol more effectively so that you don't have a horrible brain fog or a painful headache on the morning of the 1st. That's your dose of midlife truth today. Remember, just because your body changed doesn't mean your joy has disappeared. You're not foggy, forgotten, or finished. You are just getting fired up for your next season. Until next time, stay lit up, stay unmuted.